Welcome back, EVHS students and families. Mr. Ovick here again, Gear Up Coordinator for Class of 2023. If you're watching this video hoping to determine where do I need to be when, you probably want to go find my Cohort A or Cohort B videos based upon what cohort you're in. Those go over those specific schedules. We're just going to go over generally what does an in-person day look like and what does a virtual asynchronous day look like. That being said, we will jump right into our in-person day. In-person day, classes are 8 to 1:45 p.m. Notice the building hours are 7:40 a.m. to 2 p.m. Small window in the morning. We are asking families, students to arrive during that time, not earlier if at all possible, because they're not opening the building unless they decide to make some exceptions. So please try and arrive within that time frame. Non-students coming to the school during the day need to typically be by appointment only. This is not necessarily a COVID thing. We redid the entrance of our school. That was planned prior to this for safety reasons. So anyone coming to the building will be checked, say, who are you here to see? Do you have an appointment? And they'll go from there. Attestation, that is the questions being asked and us making sure, are you safe to enter the building today? So that is done daily. It's done through final forms. However, you or your child is not filling the form out. They will come into that main entrance. There will be a staff person there to ask them the questions, and they will take their temperature by standing in front of a small iPad, and there's a little outline of a person. They stand there. If it turns green, you're good. If it turns red, well, then we may need to ask you some more questions. So that will need to be done daily, but just have them being prepared for that. But there's not much you can do. You can't fill out the form ahead of time. When you come in the morning, after you enter the building, you go straight to your classroom. There is no lockers. You see that down there. Unless you need to go grab breakfast, you can grab breakfast. Again, you head right back to your classroom. There's no going to find your friends, hanging out in the breezeways and whatnot. Yes, it's a bummer, but unfortunately we have to follow safety and social distancing guidelines. Lunch, when you have your lunch period, it will be in your advisory classroom. If you get school lunch or desire school lunch, that will be delivered to your advisory class. And we are a closed campus. There's no one going, hey, I'm running down to McDonald's. Or nope, unfortunately not an option this year, again, because of social distancing and safety guidelines. Lunch, again, will be in your advisory class. You will have a half-hour lunch and then a half hour of an advisory lesson with your advisory teacher. We're going to go to safety procedures, because this kind of has to do with more of the in-day. When you're in the building, you'll notice it's not a free-for-all. There's signs each of the hallways. There's this side goes this way, this side goes that way. There's arrows on the ground. There's tape in the middle, so it's pretty self-explanatory, but to be honest, pretty hard to follow. Even for us staff, we catch ourselves cheating, going the wrong way. But we are asking the students and anyone in the building to follow that signage. Stairwells included. They're going to have up stairwells and they'll have down stairwells. No grouping of students during unstructured time, and this is going to be hard. School is generally a very social thing in addition to learning, but we are asking, we can still be social, but we're not going to be doing it in unstructured times out in the hallways. It's going to be in classrooms with social distancing during your classes. So you may not get to see your best friends or hang out with your best friends and significant others during the school day. After school, students are asked to head immediately home by school bus or ride home. There is no hanging out. There won't be generally after school activities until it's deemed safe. If you have a scheduled appointment with a teacher during the student access time, then obviously you would be allowed to stay for that time. And then if at the beginning of the day you are feeling any of the prescribed symptoms, I'm not going over these here, I don't remember them, but you really should stay home. And if you decide you're going to try and come or wing it, they're going to catch you at the attestation process, and then you'll be asked to kind of go to a side room where the health staff will do some more follow-up and decide what to do with you that day. So that is generally what an in-school day is going to look like. Online attendance. Online, you are online. Basically, you are on your own. None of them are really log in at this time and be with the teachers. So they're recorded stuff that you're going to generally get to do when you want. That being said, we highly encourage you to create a schedule. We are asking that you do them by 2:30 each day to support that schedule. Plus, for us to do attendance, we are asking our teachers at 2:30 every day to check that attendance form. So you will have 3 periods a day on 2 of the days, and then on Wednesday you go to all 6 periods. So that means on either your Monday or Tuesday or Thursday, Friday, depending which cohort, you will go to the 3 classes in your Google Classroom, watch the videos or do the assignments they're asking you to do, and then fill out your attendance form. Whatever order you want, but getting them done by 2:30. On Wednesday, you do all 6. There's technically supposed to be shorter lessons those days, as I said in the video, but you'll want to go to do all 6 and fill out the attendance form for all 6. It will be done through Google Classroom. All classes are using Google Classroom this year. And all Classroom have what is called Week at a Glance, and we'll take a look at that. Teachers put a lot of time into it, but I think and I hope it's a very helpful form for you students. And any work will be in your Google Classroom. We also strongly encourage you, because we're not in the classroom as much, to check your student email, check your parent email, because a lot of the communication that happens in the school day, whether it's through school announcements, people like Mr. Rovic, finding students, passing information, tracking down, that's going to take place much less. So be checking emails sent from the school often to see what's happening, what's expected. The student access time I've mentioned, most of them will be done virtually. Some can be done in person. Most of them being done in person will have to be done by appointment. But again, those are individuals to the teacher. So whichever your teacher, your child want, or you want to go access, check the Google Classroom or ask the teacher how to access during that time. Here's the Week at a Glance form. I hope you can see it. This will be in every Google Classroom. I believe it's going to be towards the top of the page. If it's not obvious, look for something that says Week at a Glance. It basically outlines the week for you. At the top, it says what the week is, learning targets, tasks, assignment, and what success criteria is. So if you're wondering, what does it mean for my student to be successful? It should say right there. Then it has all 5 days of the week mapped out. For cohort A, it's going to have, or it's going to have your in-person days on your in-person. On your virtual days, which I imagine is what Google Classroom would be the most helpful, has your attendance log here at the top. It has links to the Google Classroom lessons, links to Zoom links. So pretty much many, if not most things, will be in this Week at a Glance. So if you're unsure, where do I go in Google Classroom? Start here, and it will send you in the right direction, and make sure you're getting done what you need to get done. Attendance. Again, attendance is required. When you're in school, they're going to take attendance like they normally do. When you're not in school, again, after you have gone to the class, done what you're supposed to do, there's a form in your Google Classroom. You do this every time. Basically, you're saying, I've not seen the form yet, but it says, I was there, I did the assignments, and here's what I worked on, submit, and your teacher uses that to take attendance. I did the safety procedures. In case you need to know who your counselors, they can be helpful with a lot of different issues, but especially things like scheduling. I hope you found this information useful. I can guarantee you this probably did not answer all the questions you have, and most of us staff still have lots of questions. But I hope you found it useful. If you have other questions, please call the school, reach out to your counselors or teachers. We're here to help you, and we're all going to be figuring this out together for the first couple weeks. Take care and have a good day.